This is the Howie Carr Show live from Chappaquiddick at the Party House. 25 years after Chappaquiddick 1969. On WHDH, News Talk 850.
Another bad song from 1969. 742-0850. We're going to take some calls this segment if you want to get on board. If you have any questions for John Farrar, the scuba diver who saw Mary Jo Kopechne's body underwater. The number again, 742-0850. We're going to start talking about the incident and everyone's perceptions. John, let me just get this straight. So now, as far as your belief is that while Ted Kennedy was walking past all these houses back towards the Party House where we're broadcasting from now, Mary Jo was still alive.
That is correct.
And she would have been alive probably for about an hour, you think?
I think that's most reasonable, and if an hour, if not longer, that's correct.
If not longer. Now, how fast do you think the car was going when it hit the water?
That has been proved by several different engineers. One on Chappaquiddick, the Registrar of Motor Vehicles, and others to be between 35 and 40 miles an hour. However, the court only accepted 20 miles an hour and destroyed the evidence which the Registrar of Motor Vehicles gave to the court stenographer so that they would not have to come out with an indictment of manslaughter.
So the court accepted that he was going 20 miles an hour, even though all the evidence, even by the Registry of Motor Vehicles, which was controlled at the time by a sympathetic Democrat, Richard McLaughlin, indicated that he was going 35 to 40 miles an hour.
You're right on by that. They even put into the testimony the 35 to 40 miles an hour, but Boyle had that removed from the testimony, and you will not see that in the inquest report. You'll only see that he testified to 20 miles an hour, which is not correct at all. He finally was bullied into putting down 20 miles an hour, but he submitted 35 to 40.
We're speaking to John Farrar, the scuba diver who found Mary Jo Kopechne's body. Wasn't there a spot of blood found on the back of her blouse?
There was a lot of blood found by benzidine dye reaction, but there was no blood seen at the scene on her blouse. That was brought out by the whomever later, by I believe Lieutenant Killen. But benzidine dye reaction is very tricky to do, and it could have been blood that came down from her nose and her mouth after she expired and went into the water, or went down across her face and into the back of her shirt and then bled into the water, if you see what I mean. Yeah. It would be a weak trace. However, it was there, but it was very widespread throughout the back of the shirt, exactly where you'd expect to see it if she had suffocated.
742-0850 on News Talk 850 WHDH. John Farrar, what happened? Now, I always thought that you were a native, or you'd lived on Martha's Vineyard for most of your life. But you don't live here anymore, do you?
No, I don't.
What happened?
Well, nothing happened except that the island got too full, frankly. There are just too many people there. And it started, if you looked at it at a graph, you would see the grass start a slow incline from the early 60s, and then at 69, when Chappaquiddick became a household word, the population just shot upwards, the developers hit, and it's been all downhill from there, frankly. And I don't blame Kennedy. It's just that's what happens when he touches an area. The tourists hit and destroy the place.
Did you get any pressure though to stop talking about your findings and your beliefs about how Mary Jo Kopechne died? Because obviously what you're saying is pretty devastating to Senator Ted Kennedy.
Yes, we did get pressure. It was not done directly, nor from anyone that I could identify as a Kennedy colleague, but it was personal. I was personally warned that this came from very high sources. And just like Les Leland, our taxes were investigated 3 times in 1 year. The whole seamy side of intimidation.
Your taxes were audited?
Yes.
3 times in 1 year.
Yes.
After you started speaking out about the true death of Mary Jo Kopechne as you saw it.
Immediately, yes.
And the person you're talking about is the foreman of the grand jury?
Yes, he had the same problem, and he got investigated by the FDA as well.
The FDA, he's a pharmacist, so the Food and Drug Administration conducted investigations of him because he started saying that they were looking for the prosecutors were looking for a whitewash.
Exactly, and he wanted to investigate it as a grand jury, and of course Denise prevented him from doing that.
He was the district attorney.
That's correct, as Denise was. And as soon as Leland started making waves that he wanted to go, Denise tried to back him off of it, intimidated him, and then he ran into those problems.
Have you ever voted for Ted Kennedy again?
Hardly.
Hold on, John Farrar, scuba diver who discovered Mary Jo Kopechne's body. 742-0850 on News Talk 850 WHDH. We're going to take a few calls here in just a moment on News Talk 850 WHDH.
This is the Howie Carr Show. News Talk 850 WHDH. News all morning. Talk all day.